We're still at the World Transformed, and here I am with Chris Nighnam, one of our fantastic People's Assembly actors.
The fascist riot, which was very good, very big, very interesting, lots of good discussion. It was great.
And decent speakers. I saw Richard Bergen about.
Richard Bergen was one of the best speakers, actually. Yeah, he was very inspiring.
You rate him, do you?
I do rate him. I think he's a very good MP. I think he's one of the best. He's one of what is essentially quite a hardcore of people who, really back the Corbyn project very, very positively. And I think, he's to be supported.
Nice one. And I actually interviewed him. He was on the last demo to Save the NHS that we were on a couple of months ago. So I know he's a big supporter of ours as well. We've got this demo coming up. That's one of the reasons why we're here. I hope we'll see you there too.
You will indeed. Yeah, no, it's obviously a very important demonstration, and it comes at a very important time because obviously the Tories are in a terrible state now. The Brexit negotiations are a complete shambles. They're divided down the middle, and you feel as if there really isn't a way out for Theresa May now. So this is a very, very good time to be protesting against her, and we want to get the maximum number of people outside the conference, and maybe it could just push her over the edge.
She is managing to hang on. The last Tory Party conference was a complete shambles, a complete disaster. The one where she was handed a P45 during a speech and all that, and she's still there. It seems like no one wants the job, and that's the only reason she's still there.
I'm not sure it's that no one wants the job. I think there's a few people around who'd give a lot to have the job. I think the problem is, from their point of view, that there's no one who can muster kind of support across what is a deeply divided party. And I think the sort of Johnsonites are very worried that they might go too early and not get the kind of the vote they want. And I also think that the Tory party is absolutely terrified of a Corbyn government, and that's also sort of holding them together at the moment. But the level of crisis that they're facing, the intractability of the problem of Europe is such that, it may well be it does blow them apart, and it may well be it blows them apart next weekend. So that's a very good reason for being there.
You think we might be that close to the end of them?
Yeah, obviously the people on the left have been saying that now for a long time, but that doesn't mean that at some point it won't be true. I do think it's a very strange situation where the overwhelming majority of the capitalist class in Britain, the bankers, big finance, big industry, they want to stay in Europe. They want to remain in the EU or as close as they possibly can get to that. And yet the main party of their class, of their people, the Tory party, is got itself in this position of supporting Brexit. So, it's a deeply troubling situation for the establishment and for the Tory party. And I think the kind of, the pressures that it is generating, the chaos that it is generating at the heart of the establishment is such that it could all blow up, and I don't really think anyone's much in control of the process.
So it's incumbent on us to keep the pressure on.
Well, absolutely, because every little bit of extra pressure we can put on them means that they look less and less like capable of governing. We need to kind of illustrate their deep unpopularity in the clearest possible way, and one of the best ways of doing that, we know from history, is by getting the numbers outside their conference and illustrating just how unpopular they are.
Fantastic, mate. I'll see you on the streets next week.
All right then, lovely.
So, thanks for talking to us.
No worries.
See you soon.
See you soon.